Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Auphanim. So we have some pretty big Bitcoin news. You have a lot of different events coming up. One of them is the Super Bowl, and you have an article here on beingcrypto.com. And this is a perfect example of why I believe the future for Bitcoin can be very, very bright as long as certain catalysts continue to go according to plan. They can green Bitcoin up, take that governmental target off its back. And if they can green Bitcoin up, more states are going to use it as legal tender. You're going to have more people using it for betting, which is what we're going to get into here now. Its usage is only going to spread. And of course, we have countries adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. You have other countries legalizing the usage of it. There's a lot of positive catalysts that are coming that have negated what once was a negative stain on Bitcoin, which was the fact that it was very energy inefficient. But as I said, and one of my subscribers informed me, there are companies building software or something that is going to help Bitcoin become greener, which is a positive thing. But we have, so the future is bright. Of course, you're going to have these corrections, you're going to have these dips, you're going to have there's a few negative catalysts coming up, in my humble opinion. Who knows if we can get around them, but people are going to panic sell. You know how that goes. So you're going to see these little dips, ups and downs. But I think anybody with a long-term view and is being logical can see that there is going to be an explosion in price at some point in the near future, in my humble opinion, given all of these positive catalysts that are happening. Here is one example of why I believe the future is going to be pretty bright for Bitcoin as it stands right now. Of course, if there's other data that comes in, we'll rework the opinion based on the research and the data that is in existence at that particular time, because things can change. That's just life. But here on beingcrypto.com, Drake, the rapper Drake, one of the most popular individuals in the world, Drake throws down $1.3 million in Bitcoin on Super Bowl. So he used one of those betting sites where you're doing staking and such, right? For a particular thing or a particular event within the sport. And you will see a return on investment if that thing were to happen, or, it's gambling. But the point here to highlight is it's Drake. So I foresee in the future that there will be a lot of popular celebrities staking, using crypto for gambling and making bets, or in some sort of capacity, they will be using Bitcoin. Okay. And that is going to spread, because when people see someone popular like Drake using Bitcoin, they want to do it. They want to wear the clothing that Drake wears. They want to drink the wine or that Drake might drink. That's just the nature of people. They want to follow someone who is powerful, who has money, who has influence, because they believe that in some way they can share in that light. Well, the same thing I perceive happening with Bitcoin. If they see Drake using Bitcoin or other celebrities using Bitcoin, the people, and a lot of them are going to be people who didn't use crypto before. They are going to want a piece of that, and they're going to say, what is this Bitcoin? And they are going to start using it, in my humble opinion. I think that events like this are only going to happen more rapidly in the future as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are being able to be utilized on a multitude of websites, apps, exchanges. More and more crypto has been expanding, and mass adoption has been happening. It's a little slow, but it's starting to pick up. It's moving more rapidly. So that leads me to believe that things like this are going to happen more and more as we move into the future. And so, yes, with that happening and it being used in a more expansive way, yes, I think Bitcoin's price is definitely going to go up. Now, it may take a little bit of time, and that's not good for people who want quick money. Okay, a lot of people want quick money out of Bitcoin, so they fail to see the long-term vision of what could be. It's the same way with a lot of the other cryptocurrencies that stand to have parabolic runs, like Hedera, HBAR, XLM, XRP. It's the same thing. A lot of people want quick money. If they don't see quick money, or they see too many dips and corrections, they get frightened off, not understanding the long-term implications of all of the positive catalysts. Look at the positive catalysts. You saw what they did in Russia. You see what they're doing in El Salvador. A lot of the states within the United States are trying to legalize Bitcoin as legal tender. So you take those catalysts, that's a whole lot of catalysts just there in itself. Now, if we have some regulatory clarity that comes up, even more people, even more institutions, and more states and more countries will be prompted or able to utilize Bitcoin as some sort of fiat currency, store of value, some sort of legal tender, they will be more open to it, because a lot of individuals at this time and institutions are frightened off because of legal implications. They don't really want problems. And that's understandable from a business perspective. But if there's regulatory clarity in any capacity, there's a few coins that are going to really have parabolic runs. One would definitely be Bitcoin. Another would be something like XRP. Let's say that really relies on mass adoption by large business institutions to take off. XLM, same thing. So a few of them stand to have those types of parabolic runs. We have to wait to see, in my humble opinion, what's going to be happening with Ethereum, because in the short, let's say in the next year or two, I expect Ethereum to do extremely well. It's after that 2 years, okay, where now you're going to have Ethereum competitors, which in my opinion, and based on the data, my opinion is based on the data and the research that I have done. You have Ethereum competitors that are unlike any competitor that ever has gone up against it before. So like Hedera, which is Hashgraph, unbelievable technology. Look into that, in my humble opinion. It's going to give Ethereum some problems after another year or two, in my opinion. It could be earlier than that, because Hedera team has made it known, which is backed by Google, IBM, a lot of winners, FIS, a lot of powerful companies. They made it known they want to do more advertising and marketing than ever before this year. So it could happen earlier, but I'm giving it a 1 to 2 year range before Hedera just absolutely starts dominating and is going to be a big problem for Ethereum. Hedera is on Ethereum's heels, so to speak. They're right there. Algorand is another one. These two cryptocurrencies, Algorand and Hedera, are going to be a big issue for Ethereum, especially I'm taking it to a catalyst. A negative catalyst for Ethereum was Vitalik coming out the other day and saying that Ethereum might not ever be faster. That's horrible when you're talking about Hashgraph, HBAR, and you're talking about Algorand, which are lightning fast, and their smart contracts are second to none. Okay, so yeah, that's why I give it like 2 years, in my humble opinion. And then I think Hedera and Algorand are going to dominate. It could be much, much earlier. Of course, they also stand to be used as CBDCs. So that's another issue, another issue for Ethereum. But that's what I look at that's what I think about when I think about Ethereum in the next 1 to 2 years. Yes, I think it's going to be a very bullish time for Ethereum. You're going to have some parabolic runs, in my humble opinion. People are going to make some pretty good gains from Ethereum. But after that, keep an eye on its competitors, Hedera and Algorand. When you start to see them taking off, when you start to see them having their runs, then I believe Ethereum is going to take a major hit. It's just my humble opinion. Okay, but as of right now, let's circle back around to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's future looks extremely bright, in my humble opinion. So then we have another article here on finbowl.com about Bitcoin, and it's stated as such. Crypto community with over 80% historical accuracy sets ETH price for March 2022. All right, so they're very bullish on Ethereum. And here's just a little blurb from the article here, and it says, in spite of the recent market volatility, the coin market cap community with an 82% prediction accuracy forecasts an optimistic outlook for Ether's price at $3,632 by the end of February. So there you have it. So we're all sort of on the same page. Now, there's no guarantees that that's going to take place, but as of right now, I think there are a lot of positive catalysts for Ethereum right now, which if everything continues to go favorably, then yes, I see that price going up, in my humble opinion, in the next, I would say in the next few months, honestly. But they're saying by the end of February, that's definitely possible. So we'll wait and we'll see what happens. I'm more of a researcher, so I say look for the catalyst. What is happening at the time? What's happening with the economy? What's happening in the world? What can cause the price to go up, go down? Like, there has to be a reason for these particular things. So I say keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, look for those catalysts, and then it will give you a solid idea. No guarantees, but it'll give you a solid idea where that price is going to go, okay, and why the people are being moved to either buy or sell, in my humble opinion. So yeah, so as of right now, things are looking pretty good overall for cryptocurrency, in my humble opinion. This is not taking into account all of the red across the charts. That I don't go by that at all. I'm more of a long-term thinker, a long-term planner, and I look at what's coming in the future for the big money. Okay, short money plays are very easy to spot, very easy to get in and get out and make some quick money. That's very easy, in my humble opinion. But if you're looking long-term, you need to understand where the world is moving. What are the catalysts coming in the future? Which technologies are going to be needed? Which ones are going to be negated? Is there an upgrade coming? There's so many things to look at, but if you're going to look at long term and you want that big money, you have to understand these particular types of things. Just my humble opinion. Of course, you might have your own way of doing things. I'm just telling you how I look at things and how I do it as a long-term investor. I'm not. So as of right now, long term, things are looking pretty good. Pretty good for cryptocurrency as a whole, in my humble opinion. Let's see if there can be some regulatory clarity that comes down the pipe at some point, and then we'll know a little bit more. But I think if I'm looking at Bitcoin versus Ether, I'm going to say that Bitcoin has more of the possibility for an explosion than Ethereum, although Ethereum holders could possibly see some okay gains. I think in the long run, Bitcoin holders are going to experience the largest gains because the catalysts are much more potent in the backing of it, the utilization of it by particular individuals that have a high or revered standing in society definitely is going to push that. And I think everybody wants a piece of the riches. Okay, so I'm a little bit more bullish on Bitcoin than Ethereum, but I think Ethereum will do well. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.